we're live.
Hello.
Hey. Fit check.
Oh, I'm not.
I'm wearing Varley, all from Paris Laundry. Just has a
So
little fit
cute.
check. We're cozy.
We are.
It's rainy. It's
cold.
not. It's cold for here.
It's chilly for here.
Yeah. So, Wellness Wednesday. We have not done a great job of communicating what we're actually going to talk about. So I'm going to tell you right now. Tonight we are going to talk about the importance of exercise beyond physical benefits.
Yeah.
So I guess I will start a little bit of like my background because it's evolved. And that's one thing to keep in mind is the evolution of your physical practice is totally okay. Expect it. And it's a good thing for you to change up. So I honestly have been active since I was a kid. I was a year-round sports athlete, middle school, high school. In college, I played intramurals. I was the weirdo that still went to the gym 6 days a week, probably more so in college. But like did more weightlifting and ran. Then post-college, like I got into CrossFit for maybe like a year. Didn't love that. No disrespect, just not my vibe. And then did mostly like high intensity interval training. I've always enjoyed weightlifting, running, but it was when I met my husband or reconnected with my husband, aka slid into his DMs, that he introduced me to a whole new world of exercise through movement. I can't sing, so I'm not going to join you, but that was great. A whole new world of exercise through movement and mobility, and it was really interesting to me. It was very hard. I'm sure y'all have seen me do some of this, but hard mentally because I was the girl that grew up, like, if I didn't profusely sweat, it wasn't a good workout. But like it rocked my body, but in a different manner. And it was then that like I started looking into different other things. So movement, still lifting weights. But y'all have probably seen, if you've been following me for a few years, I mean, I've done some running. We do different forms of outdoor activities, but like always been runner, lifter, and now you've probably noticed that we have started cycling, which I love. And I love that we will be able to do this into our very old age because of the less impact on your knees. Did tear my ACL, so that's a really good thing to look into. So that was a very quick overview. But like the thing is, you know, I've tried bar, I've tried Pilates, I've tried yoga. I'm not a huge fan personally.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna let you kind of give your like full rundown.
Oh
of
God,
what you've done.
mine's super short.
But that's okay.
Yeah, completely. Like active throughout my whole life. Like my whole family was very active. Like my mom played soccer all growing up. We traveled for her because she played soccer. And I was always like super active as a child. And I was a gymnast and a cheerleader and did competitive cheerleading and did all of that.
I'm sorry.
You weren't expecting
wow,
that, were you?
No, I was not that.
Did that for a long time until I went to college. But really it was like I've been riding horses since I could remember. And so it was always like the barn was my church, and I've always run barrels and did rodeos and all that type of stuff. Was always active in those manners. Never like worked out. I was notoriously the girl that was like, I will not run unless I'm being chased. Like, not gonna happen. If I went to the gym, it was because I was just looking at the landscape. Like wasn't going to the gym because I was gonna work out. That was not happening. Cancer completely changed that for me because I realized how immobile I became because my body just was so sick. And it wasn't until I heard a statistic coming out of cancer that was like, you need to do 150 minutes of cardio a week, and that reduces your risk greater than just about anything else that you can do.
Will you repeat that, please?
150 minutes of cardio a week. And I was like what? Like, that's my greatest, like, chance at reducing my risk of reoccurrence. And so that always kind of like stuck out in my head while I was going through treatment. And then the day after my bilateral mastectomy, my breast surgeon came in and he sat next to me and he said, okay, you're gonna get to go home today. And I was like, okay, it's great. And he said, tomorrow morning I need you to get up and go for a walk. And I was like, you are the devil.
Yeah.
I was like, you just amputated my chest. I'm not getting up and gonna go walk tomorrow. He's like, I need you to get up. And this was like in February. So I was like, it's cold. I'm not going outside. I'm not doing any of that. And my husband was like, we have a treadmill in our garage. I was like, oh, why would you
Dang you.
Why would you say that? And my breast surgeon was like, I need you to get up and you need to be huffing and puffing. Like we've got to get your heart rate up because they took out lymph nodes. And so he's like, the only way to move lymph is to get your heart pumping. So he's like, we need you to do that so it decreases your risk of lymphedema. And I was like huffing and puffing. I don't huff and puff to do anything. I had 4 drains coming out of me. I was like this, and I was just thinking like, this is a sick form of torture. Like you just did this to me. Well, my husband heard that, and my husband is like, the man runs 80 miles a week. He's nuts. He was like stuck to it every day. He was like, you've got to get up. And I'm walking on the treadmill and I'm trying, well, I couldn't move my arms. I was kind of like this. And I'm crying because it just hurts so bad. But like that started my fitness journey. So I didn't get started. I wasn't working out. I didn't care about it until I was so sick that all I had left was my health, and that became my greatest priority. And so that was in my 30s. Whoops.
Well, but here's the thing. You just heard 2 very different stories, but it's still movement. And like, just like you said, 150 minutes of cardio a week, that can mean walking.
Yes.
That does not mean you need to go train for the New York City Marathon. Wait, did I just do no, we're still rocking. Okay.
We're still here.
We're still here. But fitness means something different to everyone. And like, I think that's where, like, I know people that are obsessed with a reformer. Great. Find what works for you, because there are so many more benefits. You mentioned one that is far greater than any of the ones I was actually going to bring up. But like the importance, like that's far more important than what I was even going to mention, but cognitive.
No, it became, yes, for me, obviously the motivator was my health and the risk of reoccurrence. But once you get started, then it became my therapy. It was like where I needed to start my day. And if my day didn't start like that, I felt somehow, and mine is I have to work out in the morning. Like I have just kids, everything. Like I need that time in the morning to set the tone for the day. And so for me it becomes mental therapy.
Mental therapy, it gets your metabolism going. To me, I become more productive when I start my day off with that mindset. Like the mindset benefits of it. I mean, you mentioned it was your therapy. Like when my dad got sick, I truly felt, I mean, this wasn't actually true.
Yeah.
But I never felt more connected to him, or like more like connected with myself than when I ran.
Yeah.
There was something about being by myself in the open air that I felt so close to him and so connected with myself that, like, the thing is that will look different for every single person, but find that, because there's so many more benefits than just physical. Like, we don't even have to get into the physical piece of it. But cognitive, productivity, simply mindset. Like, I talk about all the time, like, you can do hard things. Like, you're sitting here crying, but then you remember, like, this is what the doctor told me can be a benefit.
Well, and something that I have total control over.
Yes.
And that's the thing. It's free medicine. like it's
Exactly.
It's literally free. You don't need a prescription for it. It's going to look different for everyone. You get to choose what it is.
Yes.
But it's still going to benefit your body in the same way. So it's like, that was something that I felt like I had control over. And it's like, and in the world of cancer and everything, I felt like so many things were outside of my control. Like, I didn't get to control my reactions to the treatments. I didn't get to control the treatment plan. I didn't get to control the drugs that I was on, regardless if I wanted to be on them or not. Like, this was the best case scenario type of stuff. And so I felt like this was one thing that, like, I got to do it on my time. I got to do it at my pace, and I got to choose. And obviously, as I healed, that has morphed for me from being just like, okay, I'm on the treadmill, to lifting weights, to boxing, which is like where I need to be. That was a little bit of a rage inside me.
I've done some boxing and I love it.
It's my favorite. So I feel like you get to just set that tone, you know, for your life, for your day, but the trickle down effect of like how that it incorporates everything else. And I feel like with the exercise component, it's like you then, you know, diet changes because you're like, I need to fuel my body in a certain way to be able to perform the exercise or the movement or whatever that makes me feel the best. And so then that changes, and then it sets the tone
change
for your sleep. It's like it's a circle of life.
But the other thing is like, one thing I will challenge y'all is like, who has ever finished a workout and said, I regret doing that? Well, I haven't.
Like that time that I like threw my back out and like now I have 2 bulging discs. I might have like, but I didn't regret the workout. I just was, you know,
overdoing it.
Yes, and I was like, you know, I probably should have stopped when something hurt.
But whoever feels negatively towards moving your body, there are just so many. I mean, like you mentioned, it's like a cycle. It's like you move your body, you want to eat better, you want to sleep better, you want to, I mean, it's literally, you want to perform better. It is literally a cycle of positivity. Yeah. It is free medicine. Yeah. Just like you said. And like, that is a perfect way
to say it. You just get started, and the hardest part is starting. And that was like, that's everyone's hardest part. So if you're sitting there like, I'm going to wait till January, just go tomorrow. Yesterday's a perfect example. My life is chaos all the time, but yesterday morning was particularly chaotic, and I couldn't work out in the morning, and I was beating myself up over it for a little bit because I was like, I just should have gotten it done when I had 15-20 minutes, and I didn't. So then here I was in the store at 5 o'clock walking laps.
Oh, good for you.
Doing it, and there's people walking by, and they're like, and Chris is like, you're deterring customers. I was like, I don't care, I've got like, and I was freaking in here just doing it. It was just steps. It wasn't my normal workout. I wasn't sweating, but at the same time I was like, okay, like I have to do this for me right now. I need to just like get outside my head and just start moving my body more than just walking and packing an order and coming back and doing that type of stuff. So you can get it in where you can, and you feel so much better afterwards. But I mean, you know, it's getting started, it's being consistent that's hard, and it's not all about results. Like, it's not about it's not about weight, and it's not about all these things, and it's not about like I need to get a bikini body or blah 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 blah. Like, that's not it. You just need to feel better, and your skin benefits from sweating. So you should sweat because you want to glow.
Glow. It's free skincare, but you still do need good skincare.
But then like wash your face.
But yeah. You know, I still have a little bit against those girls that like said that they never washed their face in middle and high school, and I'm like, you need to wash your face.
That's okay, their skin is dry now. I'm just kidding.
But seriously though, there are so many incredible benefits to it and it looks different for everyone. Like we said, like you don't need to be training for a marathon to feel accomplished. If you get out and walk for 10 minutes, trust me, it will turn your day around.
Yeah, it will. And like, it's the smallest thing. And people that have followed me when I was going through cancer, people that have listened to my podcast, Like, I always used to tell people my goal during treatment was to walk to the mailbox and back. And some days, my neighbor had to come out and be like, "You all right?" Because I was in the middle of my driveway, like, I can't do it. My mailbox isn't that far. But that can be the goal. Like, just set a goal. And then just, move the goal a little bit every day. And jumping rope is also something that you can do really easily.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I did.
Oh my God, I love jumping rope. And
I used to compete in jump rope
I
competitions.
did too, double dutch.
Oh my God.
But
We're
that's
so
an
nice.
easy one to do, and it takes a very short amount of time to
crush it.
Yeah, like
literally.
yeah,
Try 10 minutes.
Well,
That's
no,
a
I'm saying
long
like if you
time.
can, like my goal was always like I'll never be able to get to 10 minutes. I could barely do a minute, so I did a minute, and then I would add 15 seconds until I got to 10 minutes, and then when I could do 10 minutes, I was like, dude, I'm a beast.
That is beastly because that is
Okay,
no
I can't
small
do that.
feat.
I can't do that right now.
That's okay. It's all right.
Bringing it back to it.
But in a nutshell, find what works for you.
Move your body.
Move that body.
And if you can't, and you want to come in here at like 5 o'clock,
we'll move together.
We can just walk some laps.
Sounds like a plan.
That's all we got.
We'll see you next week, guys.
Bye.
But that was great.